What is up, comic fans?
Hello.
What's up? Oh, I'm excited tonight.
And Chad, and we're partying.
A little bit.
Amazing.
Partay.
So, welcome. We're back with another edition of the CryptoComics Couch. We break down the comic book landscape and let you into our world. We've got some news going on today. Plus, as you can see, we have Chad here. Hey, Chad.
Hello.
So, do you want to tell them why we're here?
You want me to?
Sure, go for it.
Why we're here?
Yeah, why you're here
to celebrate your unboxing of Temerity 2.
I thought this was hair awareness. Am I on the wrong stream?
Yeah, let me tell you a story. When I was on my mission, I made fun of this kid because he got hemorrhoids. And then guess what happened to me like 3 months later?
This is a real personal story, Chad.
I'm just saying. Your day's coming, sir. Your day's coming. You're young and everything's honky-dory right now, but it'll sneak up on you. And next thing you know,
so
you'll be waxing the chrome dome.
Guys, just go like this.
I actually lost my hair, dude. Okay, so I had an afro, right? And our school colors were green and yellow. It was Spirit Week, so I got half of it green and half of it yellow, and it was supposed to be that like 24 hours, wash it, and it'll come right out kind of dye.
Uh-huh.
Well, it didn't come out.
Oh my gosh.
So my hair started to grow out, and it started to look like a dying lawn.
Okay, chat, I'm going to need one of you guys who's real good at social media to go and find us some images of this.
Well, I shaved it, and, I just kept shaving it and went into the army and everything. And when I started to grow it back, it never quite came back right here on the top. So,
yeah, and that I could do the whole Carlin thing where I have like the U,
the principal.
Yeah. But I'm just like, there's nothing up here. Might as well shave it. And yeah, it's really weird though. Like once you shave it, apparently though, once you shave it, you enter in a whole new category of person. Because when I shaved mine, my wife said I would look like Curly.
Oh,
yeah. She's like, but if you shave your head, you'll look like Curly from the Three Stooges. So I didn't shave my head for a long time, but I finally got what it was is like you'd spend so much time in the morning trying to make it look good. I'm like, this is futile. This is stupid. So I just shaved it off, and like immediately, like once I shaved off, like everyone was like, "Ooh!" I was like, man, I should have done this like 20 years ago. Yeah, there's like a demographic out there that, not Andrew, obviously.
No, I think he would look more like Uncle
But everybody else, there's like, woo!
Yeah, there's no demographic that finds me visually attractive. I can tell you that right now, whether I got hair or not. And just to let everybody know, the only reason I can get away with making some bald jokes tonight is because I'm still waiting for my Kickstarter stuff to come. And so Matt gets to do this fancy unboxing of all the stuff I want. And I'm waiting.
Yeah.
But good things come to those who wait. Or
they do.
Drive an hour and murder Matt for his collection. Which one comes first? We'll find out.
Bring it.
But let me check in chat real quick, guys, because it's kind of going, it's going ballistic because Chad's on the screen. So everybody's like, oh! We got Tom Rapka saying hello.
Tom, how we doing?
Andrew Dodge coming in saying, happy Monday, from my couch to yours. Flight, hotel, and VIP tickets booked for FanX. Hope the whole crypto crew is going to be there, too. I don't know how many of us will be there.
I will not be there. But I will be at Wasatch. Are you guys going to Wasatch?
I have to now if you're going to be there.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that they announced it. Did they announce one?
Yes. They have dates.
So, okay.
Yes.
Well, I'll add that.
I want to say August 23rd.
Oh, no.
What? Uh-oh.
August
family
is
vacation.
booked up for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
August is gonna be slammed.
yeah.
Wait. Slam for you. I might be able to make it.
I don't know. We're figuring this out as we
Amy
go.
says hi, so I say hi back, Amy.
We got T3 Comics coming on Twitch saying, Chad!
What's up?
And then goes on to say, my hair left me years of mohawk spiked with glue and spray paint. Andrew Dodge says, 95% of school pictures back then were black and white.
You know, I would say that's an old joke, but he graduated with me, so
Okay, yeah.
How long did you guys have to stand still for the picture to go through?
it was like 4 hours, man. You know,
About the same amount of times it took to etch the silver. Right?
Yeah, there's a tin plate of M. Scott Russell with a mohawk or with a afro somewhere. Oh, jeez.
That's funny.
Amy Fraser says, I legit squealed, jump up and down, and maybe cried when we opened our temerity Kickstarter this week. Man!
you want to know the crazy part? I got 2 Kickstarters today. I love this. I love this.
My mailman sucks.
My mailman rocks. And if you're watching this right now, Mr. Mailman, thank you.
I'm not giving a Christmas card to mine. Not anymore. Okay, well, let's break right into it because we're all excited.
You know what I can do for you though, Andrew, and I normally don't do this with the mystery box. You know that a drawing comes with the mystery box, and normally that drawing's random. But since you haven't got yours yet, I can throw you in whatever you want for your drawing.
You'll do a commission for me for the drawing?
Well, I'll do one you want. Yeah.
Oh so, my God. He's like, hold on, back up.
You get the request. You get the request like what you want for your mystery box, as opposed to just the wheel of chance coming in, right? Because that's what's like right now. I have like I said, I have a few of them done, and it's just I think I have one that's like Masters of the Universe, one that's Starfire, and then they just sort of go in the box and you get what you get. But because we haven't mailed yours yet, we can probably sneak in a character of your choosing.
Well, Andrew Dodge says I'm still waiting too for mine's because of the metal cover.
The metal cover, yeah.
So is mine. I just didn't want to hint to that. But now I'm getting hooked up, Andrew. So quit saying stuff in chat.
There is a unfortunate backlog when it comes to the metal covers. So
that's understandable, though. I think it's really cool that you guys are shipping them out as they're ready, though, rather than making everyone wait. You know what I mean?
And normally what we do is we do the fulfillment on the the people that the big tiers, big tiers. But because a lot of the big tiers had metals and things like that, and the other ones were just ready to go, Jim was like, hey, I'm going to send what we have done, and I'm like, okay. But
I couldn't afford the metal covers. I wish I could have.
Well, and to be clear, you guys are actually way ahead on a lot of these.
Yeah. I think the absolutely. I think in the Kickstarter it said June. So actually,
I think it was July.
Was it July?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
So we're doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are killing it. So realistically, I'm not waiting longer than I expected to wait.
Right.
I'm just waiting longer than M. Scott Russell, which makes me a little.
Which is right. Jealous inducing. Right. Yeah.
All right. So Chad, whatever you send him, you gotta piss him off and say to Matt from Chad.
You know what's funny? Someone requested a
you
picture of me, so maybe I should send him me without the hat and just the ball.
Yeah,
there you go.
If you're gonna do it though, Chad, you got to turn it into a glamour shot, dude. Like right from the mid '90s. I'm just saying.
Feather boa.
Yes.
Oh, that would be epic.
Or even better, just take a still frame from this little video clip.
Wonder Frame's powers activate! In the form of an ice pencil!
In the form of a fluffy cat.
I gotta get you
that.
the outtake video for that. It's so much more entertaining. Because that's when I learned I could never be an actor. Just filming that 30-second video. It's like I had one line. Couldn't do it. Jim was like, "I'm gonna kill you, Chad." I'm like, "I wish you would kill me, because then this would be over."
You're like, just end it now.
Yeah, but some of the other things we came up with, a bucket of dirty bathwater. Because you know how like one of the Wonder Twins could only be something involved with water, and then the other Wonder Twin could only be something that was an animal. So every time we did a take, I would do another ice or water thing, and one of them was a bucket of dirty bathwater.
Oh,
that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we got Jason on Facebook saying, "Hey."
Hey, Jason.
We got Amy Frazier says, "Do a hashtag the lickening of Chad instead of Gemma."
I'm not that inebriated, so we'll have to get some mind altering substances.
That being said, CryptoComics Marketplace does not condone Chad's usage of mind altering substances.
Hey, I didn't say which one.
We got TCD Comics on Facebook said, "Hey guys."
What's up, guys?
And everybody in chat's laughing at Amy now, because that was the thing. That was a great thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
The lickening. Poor Jim.
All right.
She was so sick. That was COVID, by the way. Did she tell you that?
Was it? No.
Yeah.
No, didn't know
Yeah,
that.
she had COVID.
Oh, no.
And apparently, oh, here's my friend Kinchy.
Hey!
We're live on the internet. Is it dinner time?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right, well, let's hurry so Chad can get to dinner, man.
When it's ready.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that'd be good.
I got two here today. Let me pull that up. All right. So, which one should we do first? We got Temerities, and we also got Hellbringers.
Holy cow. Ooh. Well, we could do Mark's first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's the lickening right there.
Which Hellbringers was it?
This one, which cover did I get?
No, just because Mark's done. Since we did Sacred Heart, he's turned around on his own and he did Jingar, Hellbringers, Jingar and Shred, Hellbringers, Dawn of the Devil, Hellbringers, Velocicock and Hellpub. So he's done 3 since.
I believe it's the second one.
Okay, Jingar and Shred. Okay, cool.
Wow, I got mine way before you got yours done. How long you been holding on to that one?
Today. I just got it today.
Oh, so that's going to be... I think that's going to be Dawn of the Devil then.
Oh, okay.
It could be, yeah.
I don't know, but one thing I will say about Mark, I have never seen anybody bust out comics and have those stories and everything ready to go like he has lately.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
Oh, yay. You got the hardened cover. Look at that.
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Oh.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
am green with jealous rage right now.
I am too. I haven't got mine, so.
Oh!
You haven't got yours?
No.
What?
Wait, the artist hasn't got his? Oh, hey, there's more back here.
Oh, cool. You got. Looks like it hooked you up with a free
Stretch
card and
goals.
some stickers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Nope, nothing back there.
That's badass.
Oh, yeah.
Colored by Russ Cassidy.
Oh, was
Russ
it?
is good people too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, and he's dude, Russ is hustling. He's doing a ton of stuff for Counterpoint. So he's in there with Marat making books. No, Russ is good people.
All right.
Have you guys ever had Russ on? He might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had him on with which book was it?
Wasn't
It might have
that
been
the,
Sacred. It might have been Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
Because we had the whole team, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're right. Yeah.
all right?
It was like McLean that couldn't show up. We had everybody but McLean.
And then we ended up having McLean on with Mark on a different stream.
Yeah.
McLean's cool too.
Yeah, no,
Real good people.
super nice. Yeah, that's one of the cool things about comics is everyone is genuinely good people.
I mean, other than Matt.
You know, I've heard that before.
Ooh,
All right.
Look at all the stuff you got, man. Look at that.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
We got to go full screen on this one. What the?
Oh, look at all those.
Oh, I hate you so much right now, Matt. What is that foil? What is that? Is that a foil sticker? Is it a
I
card?
think that's a metal
Looks like a
card.
card.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
what?
Captain America.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
Captain America, just in time too.
Oh,
That's Bucky Cap.
oh yeah, that's my favorite.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, nice stickers.
See, now I'm jealous. I don't have that sticker either.
You don't have the sticker.
They're all at Jim's house, so I need to go like raid the basement. Now that print,
that is
it is from one of my students, Starbite, and they're exceptional. If you're not following Starbite on Instagram, you really need to follow Starbite on Instagram.
Oh,
Starbird did a
looks like
cover
there's-
as well, right?
Yes, and they're working on other stuff that I wish I could share, but
you can share it.
When it's
You can
out,
share it.
it'll be big news. So
It feels so good to share, though, Chad.
I cannot. But
You
hopefully
feel so
soon.
much better just getting it off your chest. You know what I mean?
So many stickers in here.
Oh, I am gonna mug you. That's it. Or wait, I shouldn't say that on a live stream. If he gets mugged, I have nothing to do with it.
Oh, look at all these.
Dude, those are
There's a little
rad.
bit of foreshadowing in that last sticker with Foresight.
Which one?
With Foresight right there.
Ah,
So Foresight was supposed to have died in issue 1. But if
What?
you notice, she's a Daigen, and she helps Teru escape from the Yamamoto station. And she has a mysterious death. You know, one of those deaths where, you know, the death is implied, but you don't actually see the body.
Mm.
And if you look at that sticker, she's in an Enlightenment uniform.
ah.
So, and now Gemma made that sticker, and obviously, you know, Gemma writes the book. So, I think there's foreshadowing there that we're going to see Foresight come back, that she's not dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got more.
Dang, that's cool. Those were sparkly stickers, dude.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
You could put them on your reflective helmet. Oh,
Hey,
that's cool.
You don't bring up my reflective helmet.
I meant your hairline.
Oh,
Oh, you got to give it to Andrew.
Oh, these are so cool.
Nice, yeah.
Ooh,
oh that's
how did-
awesome.
what the hell? Ah, dude, you got hooked up. These are rad.
Oh yeah.
Looks like that one's signed by Gemma
Yep,
Yeah.
and Chad.
Yeah.
and Chad.
Jim signed
Nice.
one side. Yeah, I signed the other. Nice.
Oh, this one's signed too. Oh, by both of you.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. Like, we only live like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes apart. Well,
And yet she
with
still has all
with
your
traffic.
stickers.
It's like 20. Yeah,
I love that.
she doesn't.
cover.
She doesn't trust me with it. Like, she knows like I would just plaster my entire studio with stickers. And then when she needed them, she wouldn't have any. That is a fantastic cover. Jim did an
Oh, yeah,
excellent
it is.
job. Yeah.
Amy Fraser does the same thing to us with stickers.
And this is also the Starbite cover.
That's a great cover too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially if you guys haven't had a chance to read Temerity, do it.
Oh,
Absolutely do it. This is. Oh, and you got the.
I got the
you
cover.
got the
Yep.
Leia cover.
Yeah, now this one's by Enrica, who's our colorist.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
so cool.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Oh, guys, you have no idea. You've got to.
We've got an idea.
You guys got to get out there and actually like support these creators. I mean, Kickstarter is so awesome because I mean, look at all the stuff I got hooked up with. Seriously.
Look at all the stuff Matt got hooked up with. All right, checking in with chat real quick. J. Smith Digiartist says CryptoComics does not approve the use of mind-altering substances. Jared has entered the chat. Oh, very true. We got Leslie on Facebook says, "Oh man, COVID can be brutal. My son and I both had it in November, and I'm still battling long-term effects from it. I'm glad that Gemma's on the mend, and I hope it's a smooth one."
Yeah, I think Gemma has made a 100% recovery and it has had no side effects. But
Nice.
I just learned like my uncle, like he got it, and like 3 months after he got it and was cured from it, he started getting blood clots in his lungs.
Ooh.
So it's just like COVID is like the gift that keeps on giving, you know.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, but no, he lucked out, and the doctors caught it, and he should make a full recovery. But they say that you know, people just, once you've had it, you never know like where it's going to sort of pop up and how it's going to affect. So
yeah, well, and it's still really new overall. I mean, medically speaking, you know, I'm sure there's going to be things we're going to be dealing with long term. You know, different types of elements from exposure that's going to just, we're going to keep learning.
Yeah,
hopefully we can stay in front of it though.
I'm stoked though. I got my vaccine. I get to go back to conventions, so I'm hopeful. But yeah, no, I hope there's not some crazy mutant strain that like rears its ugly head. Like I want this thing to be a footnote in history. So
all right, everybody, if one of those comes, we officially call it the hardened COVID because his twisted mind just invented it. Amy Fraser on YouTube says, "I love the sparkly stickers."
Oh, there you go.
Oh, let's see. Andrew Dodge says, "I also have the Chad Harden bust commission coming with my Indiegogo kit," with a smiley face.
Which one is yours?
The
GF Andrew D. 1981.
We'll have to. Yeah, we call him Crutchy.
Long
story.
There's the Red Monica. There's a pirate one, and then there's two that are like a digit. You know, and this is the first for me. Someone basically requested that they get a digital commission, which I've never done that before. I've always done like all my commissions by hand, and you know, pencils and inks and Copics and all that. And that was a first with the Temerity. I had 2 commissions come in that were digital only, and I was like, so
that's cool.
Anyway, just curious. Let me know though. Put a little spit and polish on it for you.
And then T3 says that is sick, very much. Yeah, Chad. Speaking of your original art, did you see what we found at Mile High when we went to Mile High a couple of weeks ago?
What did you find at Mile High?
We found. Actually, I think, don't we have a video of this?
Oh, you showed me that Harley page, right?
Yeah.
And it was like $3,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harley,
I think I sold that for like $40, man. and you know, this is what's funny. This is why Eric Larson has not sold a single page. Has not, to this day, has not sold a single page. And I'm kicking myself because some of the pages I did for Spider-Man, I probably sold those pages for like $20, $40. you name it, something like that. They're going for like $800 now.
Oh,
and I'm just like, oh yeah. But the Harley pages, and
especially that.
Don't get me wrong, I held on to a few. I learned my lesson. I can't remember which book it was. Probably Spider-Man. After Spider-Man, because I sold every Spider-Man page I had. And then all of a sudden I'm like going, I probably should have kept one or two of those to prove that I actually worked on a Spider-Man book. Because I don't have anything. I sold it all. But I needed the money. I needed, back then, back when I was doing those Spider-Man pages for Marvel, I was living in a single wide trailer. All four of my children were in one bedroom, So yeah, you probably could have got it for $5 back then, but no, it hurts. It hurts now though. What a short time, and Harley's only been what, 4 years, 5 years? So
yeah, 5 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Should have held on to a lot.
So what about Temerity? Are you holding on to all the Temerity pages?
You know what? Actually, no.
Let's talk after the stream. I got $40 for you.
Yeah, me too. Come on.
Maybe I'm learning my lesson with that. But
damn.
All right, 45.
I think Gemma has, if I'm not mistaken, Gemma has the first appearance of Naya. I think she kept that. And then one of our backers named Evan owns like the first pages and whatnot. I could be mistaken. Maybe Evan owns all of them.
The value to you for those though is kind of priceless. I mean,
I keep the covers. Actually, I sold all the artwork to cover number 1. We did that with this Kickstarter, and but I still have the covers for issue 2, and then I still have my cover to Hellbringers.
Nice.
Which, I'm not going to let that one go because that's the first Harden comic. So,
the first what?
Harden comic. The first comic ever published under my imprint, and hopefully there'll be more. There'll be more.
So, can we tell Chad about that?
We can. We can.
Would you like to?
Right now, there's not. Right now, I'm doing a lot of freelance for other people. All stuff I can't talk about, unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
But
you are so good at keeping secrets.
If this, well, here's the cool thing. The stuff that I'm working on now, hopefully, like when it's out, it will be big news. So, and everyone's like, Chad, where you been? What's going on? Why aren't you on something? But that's what makes it hard. That's when you're working on a project that you've signed NDAs. And that's what's cool about Temerity, right? If I get a page done in Temerity, it's on my Instagram, it's on, it's here, it's there, it's everywhere. I can blow that horn as loud as I possibly can and bring as much attention to it. But when you sign an NDA with a publisher, it's that's it. So right now things are pretty quiet on my social media. I actually had Bernard Chang the other day. He's like, "Hey man, you okay? I haven't heard from you in a while." I'm like, "Yeah, because normally I update my socials like twice a week."
Yeah, pretty frequently.
But I've been going so hard on this other book that it's hard. Well, and the other thing that made it hard, I started this book while still teaching. So, on top of teaching, which I was supposed to be done with teaching, May 7th was the last day of classes, and I got my grades done May 11th. So I should have been done May 11th. I still have students like, "Can I get my grade changed?" I'm like, no, you can't. No, you can't. But they still try. Yeah. They still try.
My last day is June 4th, so yeah, I understand.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Okay. So my daughter's still going to school. So, but for college, we were supposed to get out May 6th. But I've been doing college and working on this other stuff, and believe it or not, I'm still trying to crank temerity out too. But first couple
Mhm.
pages, I don't want to do too many spoilers, but there's a lot of spaceship stuff on the first couple pages,
Hell
and
yeah.
that is hard to draw. That stuff is hard to draw, so it takes its time. But
Okay, but to be clear, for any other artist, it would be difficult to draw. For you, and how much weird, insane detail you put into everything.
I know.
You know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah.
hold on, I've got to make sure that you can zoom all the way in and read who manufactured the bolts that are holding the bulkhead together.
Poor Gemma. Poor Gemma. She's like, Chuck, you just crank out a buck. Just crank it out, Jack. It's okay. I'm like, no, I must draw this piping.
But now that's what you're known for. I mean, a lot of collectors. I mean, I've seen stuff on Reddit where people are just actively trying to find what you hide in your art. So, if anything, it's a win, right? So
I don't know. What have they found?
So when will you be making an announcement for the new stuff you're working on?
It's up to the publisher. It's up to them. So anytime. I'll say this much: like right now, it's not DC. It's a new publisher. I think I can say that. Normally normally how it works is once the publisher does their press release and it's out in the wild, then you can do your press release.
So it's someone big enough that you don't want to say anything out of NDA. Okay, all right. Yeah. I'm trying to get my guesstimation gears going here. How excited am I going to be? That's what I want to know. On a scale from Matt to Jared, how excited am I going to be?
Well, I hope Jared level excited, right?
Okay, cool. Where are you at with it?
I love it.
Cool.
I know you're trying to trick me into
I'm
revealing
doing
details.
I'm doing my best.
It's I'll say this much. It's a genre I've never done before. It is a genre I've never done before. Yeah.
Dude, I can't think of a genre
you haven't done.
There aren't too many.
Yeah.
I'll throw some out there. I haven't done any sports comics.
Okay.
I haven't done any baking comics. Do you know that there's a comic book in Japan right now about a baker that's selling 2 million copies a month?
What?
Now, I think he's a hitman and a baker.
But, okay. Well,
but still.
That clarifies some things.
Yeah.
Let me check with chat here real quick. Let's see. Andrew Dodge came back to say, mine is the one where it's the Harley/Naya hybrid.
Oh, okay. I haven't drawn that one yet, so I'll put the spit polish on that one.
And then Jetty Smith Didyarda says, Larson is the man. And question for the couch. Are original digital pages by artists done for Marvel, DC, Image sold off as NFTs what we can expect to be the norm, and then follows that up with, and/or are the big three already doing that? I can tell you that one of the big three is already doing it.
Who's already doing it?
DC is already prepping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
we know of.
Yeah, we won't go to.
We don't need to go into how we know.
Yeah. Now, you know what, though? We could talk about, does Crypto plan on doing NFTs?
Yep. Every book that's on CryptoComics is an NFT. So
we
just don't limit you to one of one. We allow it to be one of 1,000 or number 4 of 1,000.
Oh,
you can do one of one. So absolutely.
I did not know that. So how come you guys didn't? When the whole NFT craze, just sort of. Wasn't it like But is okay? So
why aren't we riding that wave?
Right? Why aren't you riding the whole NFT?
Because the big thing is that right now, a lot of what's known about NFT, I mean, half of it is just false. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And what's making the most noise right now are things that we can kind of see and understand with our knowledge of crypto and our knowledge of everything else that goes into it, we can see how people are riding a wave of a fad right now that has no usage. And we don't want the system and the marketplace to be tied in with something that has no usage. I mean, sure, Jake Paul or whoever can make a Pokemon card of himself and sell it for $5 million or whatever. And that's great and that's cool. But is that sustainable? Probably not. You know what I mean? The dude, like 3 days after that sold, he came out with another one and basically washed the value away from the first.
Right.
And we expected that to happen with a lot of creators that are
right. Give a mouse a cookie.
Yeah,
and,
and that erodes a lot of things. And our system isn't built on that. Our system's built on ensuring that creators get the lion's share of their work, and it's not being exploited by skeezy people in the industry, we'll say, that surround themselves by everyone else busting their ass. And then on top of that, it's set up from a point of view of a collector and a fan like we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where we understand that NFTs allow things like myself to be able to buy a comic book and then turn around and resell it later.
Yeah.
And that there's, a very real income that can be generated for creators based off of that emphasis.
Yeah. It's not just that. There's also, we're trying to add real value to the NFT versus those. I've seen those like 8-bit faces where that was it.
Right.
Going for hundreds of thousands of dollars. We have the player, we have the audio aspect to it, and there's just so much more stuff that we're able to add and actually add value to the comic. And so it's not just a single image. Here you go. That's it.
Right.
It's the full.
And I think that's what when I think of NFT, I think of like one image or one piece of artwork, as opposed to like, here's an entire comic. And
so we don't want to be too closely aligned with things that are
bad. Yeah.
So we kind of feel like it's our own thing,
Cool. No, it's always good to be like the trailblazer and not the follower,
Right.
Yeah. So
well, and going back to JD Smith's question, if we think that that's going to be the norm, we absolutely think that like full comics on blockchain are going to become a norm. I mean, 100%.
Yeah, I do too. I think everything. I mean, honestly, I think everything's going digital. Everything's going digital. It's so funny. Like, there's so much talk about, how comics are going away, and it's just like, if you look at comics on the internet, comics are not going anywhere.
Webtoons proves that.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. Right then and there. But what does need to happen though? What really needs to happen is, like right now, there are a ton of artists cranking out stuff for Webtoons. And let me tell you something, I know what Webtoons pays. What needs to normalize is a way for people to make digital comics and make a living at it. Because when it comes to an artist like, drawing a page or writing a page, there are very few publishers that they can turn to.
Right.
That are going to be able to say like, okay, you want to make a living wage drawing a comic book? Here you go. You can do that. And that's shrinking. But the reason why it's shrinking is because the traditional brick and mortar stores are, the sales just go down and down and down. And at one point, does it become unsustainable? And I'll tell you right now, some of the most successful comic book stores that I know, the reason why they're open is because they focus almost exclusively all their energy on the buying and selling of back issues. And they don't even, my friend Jesse James doesn't even, and this is before Marvel and DC split off with their own distributors, but he basically said, I'm done with Diamond. I'm absolutely done with Diamond. And he just said, if I want a book, I'll go get it from the publisher. And if I can't do it that way, I'm done. Because a lot of people aren't aware of like how, Diamond works. Because, Diamond basically holds a lot of debt for a lot of stores. And that's one of the ways it makes a lot of money. So anything we can do, first of all, one of the things that I think is really encouraging about comics today is a lot of people are basically figuring out, I don't need that big publisher. I really don't. Like if you go and you look at the people who are making the most money in comics today, chances are they are not working for the big two. They're working for themselves.
Yep.
So I think that's very encouraging. But as someone who's done both, let me tell you something. It's a million times harder self-publishing a book. It's a million times harder, period.
Oh, it's multiple full-time jobs.
Yeah, exactly. How many hats can you wear at the same time?
Yeah.
But I think what's really cool though is what you guys are doing creates a way that no matter what, a creator can put their work out on the crypto marketplace. And like you said, once it buys and sells and trades, some of that comes back. My number one charity that I donate to is the Heroes Initiative. But
that's a good one. I like that one.
Right, but the whole reason behind that is these guys who created, like, look at all the stuff that's going on right now with any Marvel or DC book that gets turned into a movie. What happens to the price of the comic? Right?
Oh yeah, it explodes.
Yeah.
Like I was just talking to a buddy today who sold his first appearance of Moon Knight before. I think he sold it like 2 months into COVID or whatnot. And right now he's like, that could have been just that same comic could have been the down payment on a home. And you know what home prices are doing right now, right?
Oh yeah.
And but what happens though is like, that money's being made by the people that bought those comics and and saved them and kept them. But the people that created those comics, they don't get anything.
Right.
They get nothing.
Yeah, they're not paying that down payment for a new house with that book that they made 20 years ago.
But here's the cool thing about the CryptoComics marketplace. The more that comic moves and sells and does things, that the creator does, right? They get that money coming in. So, it's a better system, right? It's a better system. It's a more efficient system. It's just going to take, right now, people literally can't wrap their heads around it. I still have a hard time wrapping my head around it. Okay. But there's a lot of people that think it's like witchcraft or sorcery, just like the first person who built a boat, right? We're all chilling in Africa, right? And some dude's like, I'm going to take that tree that fell down right there. I'm going to hollow it out. I'm going to jump in it and I'm going to go across the water. And everybody on the land is like, later, But 20,000 years later, you find out, hey, that guy made it to Australia, or you know what I mean, like, and that's what's happening right now. We have all these old systems that are in place that have been around for 100 years, and they've done business the same way for 100 years, and nothing's changed for 100 years, and all of a sudden everything's changing. And the writing's been on the wall since ever since BitTorrent sites started popping up. I mean, I remember working on Warlord for DC with Mike Grell, and issue 9 of Warlord was downloaded illegally 16 million times. And if we had just gotten nothing but a nickel for every illegal download, it would have totaled more than all the legal sales. And at that point, I'm going, now here's the thing, though. When I was a kid, you could walk into a comic book store and you could buy a comic for 50 cents. So, like, if you had a $20 bill in your pocket, you could walk out of that comic book store with 40 books. Okay, and those were the new books. You could probably go into the quarter bin and get even more, right?
Oh
You
man,
walk
quarter bin. I haven't heard it even referred to that in forever.
right.
You know what I mean?
If you go into a comic book store today, and you have a $20 bill, you're lucky if you walk out with 3 books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And, and that's not sustainable. And everything that's not sustainable, we know is going to fail. They've got to change that paradigm. But, I did this math, way back then. I was like, wow. And let's face it, that's what Apple did with Napster, right? Do you guys remember Napster? No one remembers Napster.
Yeah. I remember Napster.
And that's all they did. They're like, oh, because it used to be you had to go to the CD store and you had to pay $25 for a CD that had one good song on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, how many times did we do that? Did we go to the CD store and get that the CD for the one song that we wanted, and then the rest of the album was just complete garbage? And then Napster comes along, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, well, hey, you got to buy the CD or, no one's making money. And they had a point. And then Apple steps in and like, okay, how about we make this less than disposable income? And you can buy whatever song you want. And then that's what worked. Now there's a lot of people that are like, okay, well, it didn't work out as well. The days of the CD aren't coming back. Okay. But maybe you shouldn't have been charging $25 for one song.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So
no, that's absolutely right.
But anyway, I'm excited for what you guys are doing, and I can't wait. I really do. I think it's.
Here's an interesting question. Yeah. Go ahead, Chad.
I'm reading this thing. It says, do you think sending books in the mail to publishers is worth it still nowadays, or there's a better way to sell your comics after Kickstarter? Now, in mail to publishers or in the mail to directly to fans.
I think there's always going to be a market for floppies. I mean, we definitely believe in digital, obviously, clearly,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, there is always going to be a market for collectors specifically of floppy copies. Yeah. I don't think that is going to be as large as it has been for the main publishers. I think it's spreading out more to indie, but I think it's and like the records.
I mean, it's the exact same thing with the old records. That was it. That was how you got your music, and then eventually, now they're kind of a rarity, but they're kind of making a comeback. I think the floppies, I will hate it if they ever go away. I don't think they ever will, but it'll be a sad day if they do. But
I think if they go away, it'll go away a long time from now. But I really think it's always going to be, just like there's people that want to collect stamps, there's going to be people that want to collect a physical comic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And even if it becomes a completely niche, just market for just those people who want to collect, I really do think, I don't think that's going anywhere because there is big business. I really need to go into my garage right now and just start CGCing the heck out of some books, because books that I bought for $2 or 50 cents or whatever, they're selling right now for like $50,000, $60,000. And I worked at a comic book store, so I knew you always bought one to read and then you bought one to collect.
Yep.
So, and even the ones I read, I treated pretty well. So, I probably have quite a few in there that are 9.9 or 9.8, and then I probably have some that are 7.0. But even some of these ones, like Spider-Man 300, 7.0, it's like going for a couple $100. Well,
Chad, I feel like you're the kind of guy that would hand somebody a slab 9.8 and reference it as your reader.
I don't know though. I mean, I have sent books that I know that have never been opened, and they come back like 8.2 or 7.8.
That's the way it goes sometimes, though.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying though, Mint used to be The book was never open, and now mint means you cannot breathe on it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like if the staple is misaligned, if there is a scuff on a corner, if there is a fingerprint on it. Hold on one sec. I think, is it dinner time?
You got dinner?
All right. I'm getting called to dinner time by my eldest. So, but anyway.
All right, man. Well, thank you for joining us, Chad.
Hey,
It's always nice.
It was fun. I wish I could stay longer, but yeah, I'm hoping long live comics, whatever form. But I'm excited for what crypto has in store. So.
And what was that thing you had coming up? The next thing you have in store? You said you were going to drop the name. No, oh, damn.
Come on, we had to try.
Right,
dude. I feel like it's going to be something like mind-bogglingly large,
and
I'm going to be real upset for not guessing.
I'll say this much: it'll probably be the only comic my dad will ever read.
Can I make a guess?
Yeah, make a guess.
Okay, it is the story behind those wanted posters in that elevator.
Close.
Oh, so it is a Western.
And with that, I'll see you guys later.
All right,
Chad, help me out.
All right, guys, be good. Thanks for having me on.
Later, man. Thank you.
Anytime.
He's so much fun to hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me check in with Chad real quick, guys. Sorry. We had Folger jumping in saying, "What's up, Crypto?" And I'll say, "What's up, Chad? Love the art." Sorry I couldn't get to it before you got off, man. We're trying. Andrew Dodge said, "Just my opinion, T3 Comics. It depends on the publisher. I don't have any experience personally, but they need to be creator focused." T3 says, "I agree." And Andrew Dodge says, "Take Vivid, for example. They're all about their creators. You don't find many publishers with Vivid's caliber who are focused on the creator. Not like Vivid. Yeah, Vivid is fantastic.
Oh.
But I will say, the guy that was just on has that same type of mentality, man. I think Harden Comics has a very bright future in that front. That dude, not only is he an amazing artist, but that guy's circle is just the best in the industry. J. Smith Didyartis says, "What about Dark Horse? I remember they used to champion their home slices. Dark Horse still is very creator focused."
We actually got a story about them.
Let's see here. Andrew Dodge said, "Yep, I remember Metallica versus Napster. We all do. The dark days. The LimeWire days." J. Smith Didyartis says, "And now music artists get beat over with 360 deals because the label can't make monies off disc sales." It's very true as well, but that's also somewhere you're seeing a lot of indie creators kind of coming forward and making names for themselves unsigned, and that's always good to see. T3 Comics says, "Publishers or shops?" I'm not sure exactly what that was in reference to. Sorry.
That was back to his earlier comment about the sending them to publishers, and Chad was like, "Do you mean the fans directly or the shops?" So
yeah, I think sending your book to anybody is just gonna get people to notice it, to be honest with you. T3, I will definitely say for you guys, I mean, stuff like Death Dwells and stuff they're badass quality books. So you should definitely hit up shops and get them sold.
Oh yeah,
on the newsstand. You're not going to have an issue finding fans for it. I think it's going to be harder for you to make those connections with the shops and get them on those shelves, and it's actually going to be for those to get ripped off the shelves real quick. So I see good things coming from your stuff, man. Sean, my cousin. Sean on Facebook says, "I grab physical and read digital. Keep nice." Same here.
Nice.
That's what I like to do. Andrew Dodge says, "Thank Chad." T3 says, "Chad is legend." We should just get shirts made that just say "Chad is legend."
Yep.
Let's see. T3 says, "So I'll have to start sending massive boxes of comics to Chad until he publishes all my books." It doesn't hurt, man. I mean, you can always hit him up on social media and see what he says. You never know. I've heard of stranger things. I'm afraid he says Wasatch Con is August 13th through 14th. Joe and I are planning on going. Joe still needs to talk to me about something. I can't say much more than that. Yeah. T3 Comics says, when can we buy spots for CouchCon? That is actually going to be going up in the next couple of days. I can tell you that much. I cannot give you an exact date because we do not personally put on CouchCon. We do supply their software for them happily, and it's part of our sponsorship for the event. However, the event is owned and ran by Vivid Publishing, so I cannot give any type of details for when or how they want to do things because, of course, that's entirely up to them and their business model and their company. But I can tell you it's coming real damn soon, T3. Jay Smith DeJorda says, as long as we can get a shirt that says Matt loves the floppies.
I would still wear that shirt. I would. I would sit here every Monday wearing that shirt.
T3 Comics says, you're killing me, Smalls. Okay, well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We are like super far behind now.
Oh, yeah. We're at an hour mark.
I know. So we got some other Kickstarters to bring up. And as Matt was saying, this is how you get your hands on all this sweet stuff. Keep in mind, when you guys back a crowdfunding campaign, you guys are supporting those creators directly. So it's always cool. It's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously we like you using CryptoComics to read your comic books, but you should also buy a floppy because you get more stickers this way.
Not just the stickers, dude. Did you see? I mean, look, I got the metal card. Oh,
I want that so bad.
Yeah, dude, it's signed. It's signed.
Shut up. I hate you. I really do.
Oh, man. Okay, so speaking of Kickstarters, right? We had these girls on, is it 2 weeks ago?
About a week and a half ago, yeah.
Week and a half? Okay. Man, these girls, they're hustling. They're doing everything they can. They are fully funded right now, but still, show them some love, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is a crazy story. I wasn't actually able to be on the stream, but I was able to get in on the chat and joke around with them quite a bit. They're awesome people, man. Awesome people.
Yeah, two young ladies from Armenia. I mean, an area that doesn't have a whole lot going on as far as comics, and they're making their own, self-publishing, self-made. They're out there hustling it, like you said. That's a cool book.
She was saying that was it the only comic she can get in that area was like for little kids or something?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
yeah, it's pretty rad.
Yeah. So
definitely go show your support to them. And that's actually referred to as Another Me, Good Guys Go to Hell. Another Me is the series title. So if you guys are looking for this, just search for that on Kickstarter and find it, no problem.
The chat right now.
Okay. And speaking of chat, TJ says they're going to do good. I have a good feeling. Seems like they're 100% in. For real. Yeah, I think they, those two young ladies have found their future for sure. They're kicking it. And Matt just put this in the chat. It's kickstarter.com/projects /Another Me /name of the book. So yeah, again, you can find it easily by going to Kickstarter and just searching for Another Me, Good Guys Go to Hell, or you can click on or copy and paste the URL that's inside of the chat. I got to quit saying click on it because Twitch and YouTube both changed it, so the URL is no longer a clickable element. Get that out of my vocabulary. Next up, we got the 13th Labor, which is Sean Keenan. And Sean is another badass that we get to deal with and work with. Very cool stuff.
So
this book looks ridiculous. I love it.
He had found this book online and was like, this is just so cool. He had to get behind him and get it published. So bravo to everybody involved.
Yeah, so this is, I forget where he said he found it. It was either on Webtoons or somewhere.
I think it was on Webtoons, yeah.
But yeah, Sean's got a history of pushing out some really awesome books. So if he's throwing his name behind it, I believe in it. You know.
Well, you also know the history of the 12 laborers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so You got the Hercules with the 12 labors. This is the unknown 13th labor. So, just add to the mythology, and it's so awesome.
Very, very much so.
Once again, going in the chat. There we go.
Okay, let me see here. And then up right after that, we've got Tragedy 1. And the creator of this book was actually going to be joining us, but he actually isn't going to be able to, unfortunately. He had too many things scheduled at once, so hopefully we'll have him on next week. This one's brought to you by homeboy Philip, and this book looks awesome. I actually grabbed the video for this, so I'm going to go ahead and play the video to intro everybody to it.
Okay,
real quick.
Perfect.
They took away all I held dear. They stole my life from me and made me their weapon.
All she wanted was to dance. To live a normal life.
They made me a killer.
Join Grace O'Connor in her journey to self-discovery as she battles her own inner demons as well as the mob. Her greatest battle will be against the enemy within. Will she finally find peace, or will they all rest in peace?
Hi, my name is Philip Russert, and I am the writer and creator of Tragedy. Tragedy is a gritty, action-packed character study of a young woman who feels trapped in a life she doesn't want. Readers will follow her journey of self-discovery while experiencing intense action scenes that last for pages. I'm proud of this book and the amazing talent attached to it. We have Will Spertasio, Ian Churchill, Larry Stroman, Sean Chen, Adelso Corona, Keith Williams, and more. Ricardo Silva and Sigmund Torrey bring the pages to life. I feel strongly that if you back this campaign, you won't be disappointed. Thank you for taking a look at my book Tragedy, and I hope you enjoy the experience.
Okay, so first of all, with Tragedy, this book has some ridiculously killer talent behind some cover designs.
Oh, yeah, not just the covers, man.
Well,
like
I mean, the
interior
whole
art. Yeah,
the whole thing. But yeah,
dude, the interior art reminds me of like Jim Balance. Do you remember him?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It has that look and feel to it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so this book, I actually came across this because we do some work with a guy named Chuck that some of you guys might recognize. He's been on a stream or two before, and Chuck actually edited this book. So came across this one just via social media, and spent the day talking to Chuck, and spent the day talking to Philip, one of the creators or the writer of the book. And guys, I can tell you nothing but excitement on this one. This is going to be a really, really cool book. Definitely one of those books where you're going to likely want the first one. Now, this isn't one that CryptoComics is working with directly yet, anything like that. Crush fingers. Let's hope so. But this is definitely one where I would not hesitate to have him on the stream or throw this book on the stream. It looks absolutely awesome. If you guys have a chance to go and check this out, definitely do. If you have a chance to back it, throw it up in chat. Let us know. And share it out on social media and stuff. Let people know about it. This one's got a lot of talent behind it. Color work reminds me of some of Jesse Hansen's style. I dig it. You know what? I will say the inks style is very similar to Jesse Hansen. And I love Jesse Hansen's inks. I mean, huge. And another thing is Jesse Hansen might have something coming up here pretty soon that I heard about today as well. So
Really?
that's also a guy I got to talk to today. I'm pretty stoked about it. Dude, I've been on the phone all damn day.
Yeah, like, but you didn't tell me you were talking to Jesse.
I didn't have a chance. Yeah. All sorts of cool stuff has happened today, and I'm way excited. So if you want to scroll down there, Matt, or actually we could pull up the covers? We
got the covers. They're already loaded up into the system.
Okay, well, let's do that. So there are a lot of covers here, guys. So what we're going to do is just kind of pull these up and let you guys see them. I mean, a lot of these covers are alone by themselves would be an amazing cover. But I mean, we are talking a ton of just absolutely first-class talent on these different covers. And some variant covers.
That was the cover. That was one of the covers I got.
Oh, did you? But yeah, and some of these covers are throwbacks to, collectible comics over the years that are just absolutely rad. I'm going to kind of skip through these a little bit quickly just because we're a little shy on time and we're going a little long. We'll definitely touch base on this Kickstarter, hopefully a little bit more next week. But, I mean, this should look awfully familiar to everybody. Love that one. That's so great. Yeah, I mean, the color work, the classic 181 cover. I mean, come on. This is so cool. This is one I had to grab. I had to. I didn't have a choice. Did not have a choice. I mean, we've got like everyone from Steph Wilson.
This is Ian Churchill, and I've loved his stuff. Always loved his stuff. But he did there was a Titans book that I don't think he was able to keep up on as far as the art, so he was taken off it. But man, anytime I see Ian Churchill's stuff, I have to snag it. But I got the black and white version of this one, so.
Oh, that'll be really cool. Yeah, guys, look at these things. Like, I think maybe what we'll do is we'll try to get Philip to see if we can get him to come on next week, hang out with us for a minute and kind of talk through some of these, because some of these, Steph Wilson. Come on.
I recognize Steph's artwork anywhere.
Oh, and what's hilarious is I saw somebody was like, that Steph Wilson lady sure does great covers. And I was like, lady? Like, just so you guys are aware, Steph Wilson is a male. And, the name throws people off all the time. But it's just, like, Steph's art style is just
so unique.
It's its own thing. I mean, you've got that's the 13th labor one.
That was the last one.
That was the last Kickstarter campaign, which was really rad too. But yeah, so I mean, there's a ton of covers that you guys can check out. Make sure you do. If you guys back it, let us know in chat. Like, very much appreciated. Or share it out on social media. Always cool. Tag CryptoComics Marketplace in your share so that we can kind of keep track of things, because that's how we kind of keep tabs on who's the most active in our community, so that we know who to hook people up with swag and stuff. Just ask Andrew Dodge with his multiple shirts. He's got more shirts than I've got at this point, I think.
I think so, yeah.
I think almost everything he's won, though, too. That's what's ridiculous. It's like he's just also the luckiest person I think I've ever seen. Let's see here. Boulder jumps in and says, looks cool. Reminds me of Black Widow. Yeah. It's if you go through and read the Kickstarter page, it sounds a lot like Black Widow, but not. I mean, it's not like a 1-to-1. It seems like it's going to be a really cool storyline. T3 says these look badass. Nice covers. Andrew Dodge says Mark May was live streaming Tragedy the other day. The Kickstarter launch, which was during the Another Me spotlight. Yeah. There's some cool stuff. Covers are beautiful. And Sean says back 13th flavor off last week's show. Thanks, Sean.
Nice.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, what do you know? I got that same NASA shirt that he's wearing in his profile picture.
Really? All right. So on to the news.
Well, let's do it.
All right. We're an hour and 10 minutes into it, so it'll be already pretty quick. This one, I'm sorry to say, we're going to start off with a sad story. Artist Jesse Ham has died. Phenomenal artist. Worked for Marvel, DC, everybody just about. Did a lot of independent work. I first noticed him on Animal Man, which was not something I would normally pick up, but just the artwork was beautiful on the covers and then throughout the interiors. Just absolutely beautiful work. But he died of a blood clot in his lungs. His wife released the information the other day. So
yeah, it's sad.
Yeah. I mean, he is a legend. He's been going on a lot lately on like Gumroad and stuff like that, sharing his just knowledge about everything from how to draw, with the anatomy, how to position a character so it's a dynamic shot, and basically taught almost everybody at Marvel nowadays. He's just so influential, but unfortunately it's more influential inside the comic community. This guy deserved to be well known.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't had a chance to kind of look into things, you can find a lot of information online about Jesse, clearly. But check out some of his earlier work. I think what's really cool is that this is one creator who you can look back through that history of work and see how his style has migrated and changed over time and developed into his own style that you'll recognize from, I mean, probably 20% of the artists that are out there now. I mean, wonderful talent. It sucks to lose him.
All right. So for our next story, we come in with legendary comic creators Roger Stern, Ron Frenz, and Sal Buscema. I can never pronounce his last name. I hope I did it right. Unite for a superhero team book. Now, this is so awesome. I'll have to scroll down so you guys can see the image for it. So these guys, I followed them for decades at this point. Roger Stern famously did like the Death of Superman, stuff like that. Ron Frenz did, I remember him when he was on Green Lantern and stuff like that. So here's the superhero book. Everything about it just looks so wacky.
Is that Heroes Union? What do I know?
Yes,
that?
Heroes
Union,
it is. Yeah.
One.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
all right.
It is Binge Books is a digital platform, but this is the first book that they're actually taking to print.
Yeah.
And first off, it's 68 pages, and it's only going for $4.99.
Which is absolutely rad. Is it going to be colored interior?
It is. I believe it's going to be colored.
Wow, that is cool.
So, oh man, I love these guys. They're just my idols growing up, and it's so cool. So cool to see.
Nice. Let me check in on chat really quick here. We got Min says back tragedy. That one looks really cool. Thank you, Min. That's awesome of you. Andrew Dodge comes in saying, I grabbed up the Legends collection of Tragedy, covers KLM, and the unannounced cover J. Very cool.
Yeah, I wanted that one. It's
cover
just a little out of my price range. I still have to justify every action of my wife.
Oh, that's okay. Happy wife, happy life, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we could, y'all can make jokes at your friends about having to check in with their wives, but you don't get a collection of long boxes like that man's got behind him without keeping your wife happy. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's built over time, all at once. Let's see here. J. Smith Didyarda says, Buscema is still the definitive Hulk artist for my money. Dude, I think for everyone's money, bro. I totally agree with you. And it says, if I had to sum up Buscema in 2 words, dynamic poses. Yes. And like the most ridiculously cool ankles in all of art. And I know that sounds ridiculous. Dude, that man somehow makes every character's ankle look like it's under stress. You know what I mean? And I know everybody's like probably like, what the hell, Fry? Why are you looking at, creators' ankles. Like, what are you doing? Look, guys, when you're an artist, you notice really weird details that are very difficult for most artists to do. Ankles are very damn difficult to make look even okay or right by any stretch of the imagination. But when you make them something that blends with the rest of like the Hulk, you know what I mean? That's badass. That's badass. Min Pollock says, I just got cover B. Thanks, Andrew D. Makes me look bad. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Everybody that has a copy of a book.
It makes you look like a backer. That's what it makes you look like.
Yep. CryptoComics says foot fetish. I said ankle.
Oh, ankle fetish. Ankle fetish.
Oh, great. Here comes an on-running joke that I'm not going to get away from. T2Comics says, dead giveaway. My ass off. Andrew Dodge says, man, probably two of those long boxes before the wife. LOL.
Actually, here's the thing. My entire comic book collection had gotten stolen before I met the wife. So at that point, I'd build it back up to a short box. That was full.
There you go.
But
everybody loves a full short box. That's what everybody needs it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it goes. And then once they don't fit in the short box anymore, then you can justify buying a long box. Or like me, you just start filling every nook and cranny of your damn house. And then convince yourself I'll get around to ordering a bunch of long boxes.
Now, I got to admit, guys, I've been to his house, and his room is like a comic museum of awesomeness.
I got a lot of weird
shit.
There
is some just random stuff in there that it's like, dude, is this real? And he's like, I was drunk, and there was eBay, you know?
Should have him, man. That's what happens when you don't have a wife to run things by. You know what I'm saying? You have all sorts of weird stuff, and you're broke all the time. It's kind of a trade-off. You know what I mean?
Oh man, he's got some cool stuff in there.
Andrew Dodge says, "I've graduated 4 long boxes since October of 2020. That's a hell of a growth metric there."
Yeah, it is.
T3 says, "I have that problem too." The struggle is real. The struggle is real. All right, let's go on to our next article here.
Okay, so. I am not going to try to pronounce her last name.
I don't even know how you would start. Is it an S?
I think so. If anybody knows how to pronounce that, let us know. So Punderworld, this series is actually going to be, it was one of the top webtoons comics. And now it's going to be produced by Image Comics under the Top Cow label. So
I think this is rad. I think this is cool that
it's so awesome.
That Image is reaching out to, these indies. I do have a bit of a downside for this though.
Okay.
And that is I feel like they're waiting and seeing what people like and then signing the book on after the fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather than taking any chances.
Well, she was the #1 book on Webtoons. Yes.
Yeah. And
she had like 15 million or something like that. It was, yeah.
So Gemma Young, Chad was just on. Gemma works with Chad very closely. Gemma Young's got, Eldair. And it's a great series. I mean, absolutely fantastic. And it's extraordinarily popular on Webtoons as well. But if Gemma were to get picked up by Eldair, that's a win for Gemma. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely. Yeah. But at the same time, as fans, would we have temerity? You see what I mean? And so...
True. She would have to be producing books, once a month. But then again, she does have enough backup,
Yeah,
if they're producing one a week or one a month, I mean.
Well, and how are their contracts set up?
I don't know.
So
I'll tell you what. Image, Top Cow, pick me up, and Fry, I'll let you know how the contracts are
worked
out. Okay.
Deal.
All right.
Okay, coming up after this, let's see. We got to get going, man. We're an hour and a half already into this.
I know. Okay, so Sonic the Hedgehog 2 plot synopsis was revealed. Now I can verify that this is a real thing. It was leaked by the U.S. Patent Office. So it's actually pretty cool. Essentially, spoiler warning. Should I say anything?
No, the patent office has already leaked this one.
Okay, all right. So you have James Marsden's character who finally is like, you know what, Sonic, you're good. I'm going to go on vacation with the missus. So they leave. And just then Jim Carrey shows back up with Knuckles. So it sounds like Knuckles will be the bad guy at the beginning, but he will go through kind of a redemption arc. Unlike Jim Carrey's character. Yeah. So they're looking for the
an arc. So who do you guys, my question is, chat, who do you guys want to voice Knuckles? And Matt, who do you want?
I don't know. What about you?
I'm voting on Seth Green.
Well, anything Seth Green touches. You know what? I'm going to have to go with the tried and true Patton Oswalt. He voices everything else in comics, doesn't he?
It feels like it. Feels like it. Speaking of which, have you seen MODOK yet?
I haven't. I want to so bad. I haven't had a chance.
It is brilliant. Chat, if you guys have a chance, go check that out. It's on
Hulu, isn't it?
Hulu, yeah.
Okay.
It's wonderful. It is an adult show. I think mainly because of language and a little bit of drug usage, but it is absolutely hilarious. So funny. So funny. Oh, coming in on chat, Min says Patrick Stewart.
He does got that classic voice.
Yeah.
Or Tony Todd would be good.
Let's see here. Well, I'm responding to a message real quick, Matt. If you could carry on.
Sure. So next we have, sorry we are going through these so fast. Once again, we're at basically an hour and a half. King Spawn creative team and cover revealed by Todd McFarlane. Now, this is the first kind of spin-off into the Spawn universe that Todd McFarlane has been kind of building for a little bit. And I have to say, like, you got to look at this cover. Look at this.
That looks so rad.
Oh, I was surprised that, due to the fact that it was the first real spinoff, that Todd McFarlane wasn't going to be doing the cover himself. But man, did he put it in like qualified hands. That is epic looking.
Dude, everything he does is badass looking. But King Spawn, come on now.
Oh yeah. All right. So I've loved everything that Todd McFarlane has been putting out lately, even his tutorials. I watch his tutorials on like how to ink and how to letter comics because they're just that informative and good, and just everything is so awesome. But this King Spawn cover has got to be, whew.
Dude, it looks legit. Very nice. Very nice.
All right, next, Marvel reveals first official look at Kit Harington in the Eternals. Now, you guys saw that Eternals trailer that dropped?
I watched it. I don't have it prepped.
I didn't know if we could play it, but I watched it like a few times, and I gotta say, it does. The very first time I watched it, I'm like, ooh, are they gonna address the stuff with Avengers and the Infinity War and everything? And right at the end, they added that joke, and I was like, okay, so they are aware of what's going on outside. Like, I wasn't sure if they were trying to do like, oh, they've just been living for, millennia, and they just keep getting hit in the head and forget everything. Like, I was like, I don't know how they're going to approach this, but just the graphics on it, it's Eternals.
That's going to be a hard one to turn into a live action.
When they first announced it, I was thinking there's no way this will actually work. Like, the Eternals of all comics, no way Marvel can pull this off. Then I saw the trailer and I was like, God damn it, Marvel, you've done it again. They really have. Just off that trailer alone, I already know it's going to be a major success. Kit Harington is playing the Black Knight in here, who's going to be, according to Kevin Feige, if the movie does well, he'll have a larger part in future movies, which comic book fans would know that he is part of the Avengers. But even, I don't know, to me as a kid, he never seemed to quite fit in with the Avengers, but I know there are a lot of fans who support him, and I can't wait for this movie.
I don't know. There's a lot of hype behind it, which doesn't always mean that it works out well for us. You know what I mean?
I said the exact same stuff, though, about Guardians of the Galaxy. When they first announced that, I was like, there is no way in hell I will sit through a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. No, not going to happen. And then that first trailer dropped, and I'm like, okay, what time does the line show up? Next month is when it's released? I guess I'll get in line now.
Right. Right.
And I've been so impressed with everything that Marvel's done. I've never been disappointed. I even enjoyed Dark World. I don't care. A lot of people are like, really?
I liked it. I thought the ether was a little weird.
So did I.
But I liked everything else.
Yeah, I'm okay with, hey, they screwed up on the ether, but everything else was cool.
Okay. Now, this next news article, M. Scott Russell is pretty excited to shine a light on, because I hadn't heard this one yet.
Okay, so James Mangold, who is a brilliant director, once again, he's one of those guys that I pretty much liked everything that he's done. He's directing Indiana Jones 5, and it does take place in the 1960s, so therefore it will have to do with the space race. That's all we know, is it will have to do with the space race. And it will deal with Operation Paperclip, which means we get the Nazis as bad guys again.
Okay.
Now,
I'm following you.
That's all they've really said about it. So in the 60s, makes sense, because Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull took place in 1957. So, it'll be in the 60s. I don't know. I hope to God they avoid anything related to aliens due to the Crystal Skull.
I don't. Bring them on, baby.
It just left such a bad taste in my mouth from that last movie.
Shh. You let people have nice things, Matt.
I want to see it actually go back into the archaeology aspect or something like that, and just I don't know. I want to.
Have you never watched Ancient Aliens?
Unfortunately, I have.
Dude, I'm just saying, Indiana Jones and the Ancient Aliens. Boom. I am sold. Sold, I tell you. Let's do this. Where's Amy Fraser at in chat? She's with me. I know she's got my back on this one.
Okay.
Dude, I'm telling you, what we need is a Gray and Silent Bob cameo appearance inside of the new Indiana Jones. They land on a Mayan temple.
With a carving of Jane Silent Bob up there.
Yeah, they take Indy away. You know what I mean? Done. Done. And then we find out that the U.S. government has covered up all of the truth behind Indiana Jones, and that he was real this whole time.
Oh.
Just saying. Could have been a movie writer.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Andrew Dodge says Crystal Skull was kind of a left swing from traditional Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Maybe. But maybe not.
All right. We do got to hurry this along, guys, because we're at 1 hour and 31 minutes now. Here we go. Ant-Man 3-star Evangeline Lilly teases her first script read. Okay, so here's the thing. She sent out a tweet that said, got the script, read it, loved it. That was it. She also tagged a whole bunch of people in it. So we have Paul Rudd, just everybody that was kind of involved in the movie, but they also tagged, what is his name? Corey Stoll, who you guys might remember from like House of Cards. He played Yellow Jacket in the first movie.
So okay. So I'm confused here. So are they gonna make this a sequel, or are they looking at containing the Ant-Man storyline to these 3 movies?
What do you mean?
How does this play into the rest of the MCU right now with Yellow Jacket and everything?
But here's the thing. So after reading the tweet, somebody had approached him and asked him, like, "Hey, kind of what's the story here? Are you coming back?" And he said that you don't necessarily know he died. Yeah, you see the suit malfunction, but he could have been in the quantum realm this whole time. So,
that's kind of what they did on Wasp.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that's going to tie in over with the Spider-Man and Doctor Strange multiverses?
I think they're going somewhere else with the multiverse. I think they're using magic to cross into the multiverse due to WandaVision's connection and Doctor Strange's connection. I think the quantum realm is going to be more of the science-based aspect of it. So I think in the end, that's where like the Fantastic Four are going to come in. That's just speculation.
Oh, I hope you're right there. I really do. I think that'd be badass. That would be way badass.
I would like to see. Okay, if I'm sure a lot of you guys have unfortunately watched the Dark Phoenix movie, X-Men Dark Phoenix.
I'm sure a lot of you have unfortunately watched.
Well, in the end, kind of, that's the Fantastic Four's origin. They go off into space, some weird cloud of cosmic radiation. So I think it would be more exciting to have them exploring the quantum realm. And you had not Janet Van Dyne. Yeah, it was wasn't it? No, what was her name? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Wasp?
Yeah, the original Wasp. What was...
Oh, I don't remember. I just call her Wasp.
Okay. Well, she came out of the quantum realm with powers. I think it would be kind of cool to see
how that works out.
Yeah, maybe play off of that. All right. Now, this next story I had to add as soon as I found it because I know you would be all like, dude, yes.
Okay, let's see it. What is it? What do you got for me?
Okay. So,
I like this one.
As you guys know, Guardians of the Galaxy, Peter Quill has kind of a man crush on Kevin Bacon. So
Who doesn't?
asked Kevin Bacon, like, "Are you up for a?" These were. This was just an interview where he was like, would you consider joining Guardians of the Galaxy 3?" And he was like, "Hell yes, 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 yes."
Nice.
And he goes on.
I told you guys, dreams come true.
Yeah. Well, he starts going on to tell the story of how he goes to see the first one. He didn't know that they were even going to mention him or anything like that in there. He goes, apparently he likes to go to the movies alone. So he's sitting there, and all of a sudden they start talking about like Footloose and stuff. And he's like, "Dude, they're talking about me." And like, he's telling everybody in the theaters about it. And I was like, that's awesome. And
that is,
so, yeah,
dude, I want to see them dance off.
Dude, that would be awesome.
That'd be so wonderful. Can you imagine the outtakes? Oh.
Well, it'd actually be cool. I like to think that, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 should start off on Earth, because as of right now, they are on Earth. Mm-hmm. Where maybe Peter Quill sneaks off to go try to have a dance off with Kevin Bacon.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine like Kevin Bacon like sitting at his house, all of a sudden like Star-Lord lands and he's like, "Dance off, bro."
That would be so rad. Come on, Disney, make it happen.
So
all right,
he's up for it.
I'm in 100%. That's all the commercial would have to be. There's just Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and then Kevin Bacon stands up. You're like, yes!
Fade to black. Dance off, bro.
100%.
Dude, that'd be the sweetest
box office
trailer ever.
Okay, so what's up next? What else we got here?
We got Justice League star Jason Momoa wrote Aquaman 2. So, yeah.
He wrote it? Oh, he wrote the treatment. Wow.
He did. He did. Came up with the idea behind everything and then sent it off to actually have it, put the finishing touches on it.
Who is going to make it right now, though? There's so much up in the air.
As of right now, we'll get to that in just a second, but as of right now, everything that was still on the table last week is still on the table this week.
Okay.
With the exception of the Green Lantern story from John Diggle. That was the only thing they seemed to cut. But
okay. Yeah, I'm interested in following to see where it goes. It could be pretty cool.
So, he hasn't given any information other than the fact that filming begins in August.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
It could be awesome. Oh, hold on here in chat. Vulgar AM says Kevin Bacon would be awesome in Volume 3. Hello, Man.
Yes, he would.
Hello, Man was such a weird movie.
It was. I liked it, though.
Everybody liked it. That didn't mean it wasn't weird.
Oh, it was weird.
Speaking of which, you see Army of the Dead yet?
I haven't had the chance.
Bro,
I mean, we got 2 weeks left of school, so I've been like grading papers and stuff like that.
Do you like zombie movies?
Love them.
Then you'll love this.
I do have to say, though, the ultimate zombie movie, Shaun of the Dead.
Uh-huh. Agreed. Agreed. I'll meet you at the Winchester.
I love that movie.
All right. So the last story coming up here.
This one's a weird one, guys.
I just saw the headline. That's what?
Wait. Yeah, okay. I got confused for just a second because I looked over at chat and something weird came up. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
I'm guessing my daughter got a hold of my wife's phone. That's what happened.
That could be
okay. Oh, so
DC and Warner Brother could be sold to Disney, joining Marvel.
Okay. Now, basically, where Warner, hold on a second, it was Warner, not Paramount, Warner Discovery.
Oh, Warner Discovery.
Now
Warner.
Yeah, is basically kind of setting themselves up to be sold. Like the head honchos in charge said, hey, we're actually stepping back so that way it can sell itself.
Mhm.
And a whole lot of people started to realize that Marvel did the exact same thing right before being purchased by Disney.
Yep.
Okay, so now
Hmm.
during another interview, during a press release, they were actually saying that we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Basically, they are, looking for a larger tech company that can actually handle everything that DC is and Warner Brothers is, along with the HBO and stuff like that. So they said specifically, man, wouldn't it be great if either Amazon or Apple were to purchase DC? Hopefully they would actually be able to treat it well. Then they said, oh, but how cool would it be if Kevin Feige ran DC as well?
You know what?
Because of that,
I
yeah.
could see Apple coming in and just smashing everyone else out. Think about it. Apple has their new streaming services
Mm-hmm.
that they've been pushing real hard lately. I mean, that's a given right
Yeah.
there. But Apple also has obviously like iBooks, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I
I don't know if they would be able to handle DC. I could see them taking over Warner Brothers, but as far as DC, I think they would just let it die. But someone like Amazon, owning Comixology, would actually start pushing out more DC books, as well as just the what is it? The direct to consumer,
Yeah, but the thing is that Apple
print on
has a
demand.
long-running track record
Mhm.
of buying talent in order to facilitate their purpose. All the way since Next Computers was a thing,
Mhm.
which we now know as OS X, as the operating system. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I think I would put, if I was going to bet on it, I think I would bet that Apple would come out with owning DC and Warner Brothers in this situation.
Now, for those of you guys who know, I do love Apple, and I wouldn't be opposed to this. Now, at the same time, Disney owning owning DC, it wouldn't create a monopoly because you have stuff like Dark Horse, Image, Coffin. There's enough indie out there. I mean, even look at Kickstarter.
I couldn't see Coffin ever selling out.
No, I'm
I don't
saying
think so.
you have these other publishers, so therefore it wouldn't. There's enough other publishers that have enough of a stake in the market. It wouldn't ever be considered a monopoly. Although,
yeah, and that goes back to Minfox's comment.
Yeah.
One argument that could be made is that, as far as the, I guess, sustainability goes, they could easily make an argument that neither Marvel or DC had enough emphasis to continue moving forward on their own without them. So yeah, they could definitely make a very valid argument in an antitrust lawsuit, or in a monopoly lawsuit. Excuse me.
Yeah. Now, another reason to actually say, oh man, how cool would it be if Disney bought DC? All I have to say is Mandalorian and MCU.
Bro, not even that. Like, could you imagine if, I shouldn't even say that because that's kind of a pipe dream type of thing. But if Apple were able to get DC, you know what I mean? Well, to get Warner Brothers and Discovery themselves has obviously a huge up, you know what I mean? But if it's Apple that we're talking about here and they got DC, I mean, it's still Apple. it's not like they can't find some really talented filmmakers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and I know most people don't always agree with the DC is darker, but I mean, for the most part, they are. They're darker. They're grittier.
See, and I
They're more
remember a time when
human.
they used to not be, and that's how I still see DC. But then you can't pick up Dark Knight Returns and be like, nope, it's still lighthearted,
Right, but the thing is I don't see DC successfully replicating like the Frank Miller days under the DC banner. But I do see them being able to do that under Apple. You know what I mean? I do see someone like Apple being able to take a step back and saying, yeah, let's do what's right for this brand, what's right for these characters, because the collectors and the fans are going to follow if you do this right.
That
which is all Disney
right
did.
There is all I ever wanted for DC.
I think
fans.
I mean, and a lot of people didn't believe that Disney could do it with Marvel, but it was because of the MCU that they proved that it could be done. I mean, here's the thing, man, is Apple is Apple, and some people dislike Apple, and I get that. You know what I mean? But here's one thing about Apple, man, is they recognize where good things are going to be coming down the road. And they invest very intelligently in those things in order to properly set themselves up for success. Let's see. Andrew Dodge says, my concern, excuse me, is whether Apple actually having the infrastructure platform to support DC in all aspects. Well, that's the thing, is they already do. Apple 100% already does. The iTunes can already support books, no problem. There's a lot of comics are sold on iTunes. A lot of people don't realize that, but they sell a lot of comics. The only company that's actually ahead of them as far as an app goes is Kindle, which is Comixology, which would be Amazon.
And Apple, if you're listening, go ahead and buy DC and forget about Disney buying DC. Apple buy DC, and if you want a good place to park your comics, I happen to know a good online place. I'm just saying.
Hashtag CryptoComics Marketplace.
Yeah.
Here's what I dislike though about this whole thing, is I dislike the idea of Amazon buying DC. And the reason is that Amazon, I think, has a long history of buying out talented companies, talented corporations, talented ideas,
and this is Amazon?
And designs. Amazon. And allowing it to kind of just remain what it is, and they don't really push the envelope that hard when it's outside of their shopping elements. Like Prime Video is doing great, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They've got shows like The Boys, stuff like that are killing it.
The Boys is still good, but they're starting filming on the new season of Jack Ryan. So
there you go. Yeah,
another amazing show.
And as you mentioned, they own Comixology, they own Twitch, they own a lot of these different aspects. They own an entire gaming publishing platform, so I could see them wanting it just to get the IPs for things like Injustice. You know what I mean? There's a lot of benefit for Amazon there. However, Amazon doesn't exactly have a strong record of allowing things that people enjoy to remain there. I feel like they're
this is what I want you to have. This is what you get.
And we're seeing what happens with DC when you have a controlling interest like that ignores the fans and goes just for profit. We already see what's happening with that. You know what I mean? I don't think that there would ever be a Snyder Cut type of film if it was under the Amazon banner. I could be wrong. Again, they have The Boys, they have stuff like that that's definitely gritty and dark.
Well, they're willing to push the boundaries, but as far as like letting the creators have full control, I don't know. So
yeah, I mean, the one good thing about Amazon that I would say though is that the days of clean DC, the Adam West DC and those storylines would definitely make a comeback under the Amazon banner, because Amazon would absolutely have no issue exploiting something that they could sell to every age demographic.
Well, I think
So-
Apple would do the same thing. Like you would actually have a Superman with lighter colors who smiles. You know,
You might, I mean, but we might also get the proper Brightburn. You know what I mean?
think I could see it going both ways in this circumstances.
Apple, I think it would go both ways right out of the gate.
Yeah.
I think we'd get the happy Superman and we'd get the scary one. You know, and Apple would
And
figure
then
out a
3
way to
movies
market
later,
both.
they meet and fight.
Ooh, maybe. I mean, I don't know, but I don't. The thing is that Apple has a lot invested in their streaming services specifically, and they've
Mhm.
been really slow to catch on with a lot of people. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the people that are into it are somebody that bought a new iPad that got it for free for a year and just kind of checked it out. You know what I mean? They don't have the traction that Amazon and Netflix and stuff has, and I think they expected to have it by now.
I think this would be a good way to get it.
Hell yeah! But can you imagine buying like a new Mac Pro that's like a Batman edition? How rad would that be?
Cutting glass right now.
I know, not that you'd be guaranteed, but I mean, I'm not against it. I mean, I might even like one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, coming in on Chat T3 Comics with a really good one here. I just hope that whoever gets DC makes movies for more characters instead of us seeing the same stories over and over and over again. There's
I know.
so many to choose from.
I
Very
want my
true.
Booster Gold movie.
Yep.
But more than anything, I want him to actually focus on the characters and do right by them. You know?
Mhm.
Like, I remember having to write a story based on somebody's actual life. And my first thought was, I have to do right by this person.
Mhm.
So think of these characters as real. You know, I mean, they're real to us. Do right by them.
Yeah, and do right by the people that are passionate like you are. I think that's the most important thing, and that's what, like, that's my biggest complaint with DC. You know what I mean? Everybody knows I'm more of a Marvel fan and stuff like that, but a lot of that is specific to the way that, you know, I see creators getting treated and the way that I see fans and what they care about and how that is treated. You know what I mean? And I mean, in the end, we're all comic book fans, guys. We're all fans of these characters. And you know what I mean? I'm not a fan of Lord of the Rings. That pisses everybody off. I'm not, man. It's slow to me, okay? But at the same time, like, if they're coming out with another Lord of the Rings movie, that shit should be good for the people that do care about those stories. You know what I mean? Don't make it trying to get me to start liking it. Make it good for the people that are already behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And look at broadening that audience from there. Not let's cast a huge net out and just hope we get 15 new fans. And it's just not the right way of doing things. I mean, very, very seldom does that work. I will say the Phoenix Joker, it worked there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But outside of that,
well, that was the craziest story, is the fact that they were like, you know, originally going, you want to do what? Oh, hell no. And then he's like, it'll only cost this much. And that's when the studio's like, all right, do what you want.
Mhm.
And holy crap, it was brilliant.
Yep. Well, it was well written. It was well directed. It was, the cinematography of that show was rad. I mean, everything. So
the fact that the studio stayed out of it made a huge difference.
And yeah, I think that's what it goes into, is all of us don't fit into that net that everybody wants. You know, the MCU isn't, you know, followed by everyone. There are a lot of people that dislike the MCU.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of people.
We call them un-American, but hey.
If you don't like Captain America, then the terrorists win. No. Anyhow, we are like way over on time for a Monday show. But thank you guys for joining us. Thank you again for Chad Harden, for you coming on the stream. It's always fun to hang out with Chad. Thank you everybody who backed any of the things that we brought up on Kickstarter tonight. Really very much appreciate it. I know that the creators very much appreciate it. You know, that's what we all love, man. Supporting these creators so they can continue making comics so that we can all continue to have nice things This is why we can have nice things.
Once again, Mark May, Chad Harden, Gemma Young, thank you guys for this amazing Kickstarters. They're awesome. I love it. Or Kickstarter / Indiegogo.
Yeah, there you go. And with that being said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the little bell notification, know when we go live. Watch for us and watch for the news because we got a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of big ass announcements regarding CouchCon. Wink, wink. We've also got a few other things up our sleeve that we are going to be announcing very, very soon. It's getting to be very exciting, and we are getting to be impatient and ready to share those with you all.
And we will be following these stories to their completion. So,
and I do want to take a quick moment to let everybody know we do not have a creator spotlight this week. So this is the only stream that you'll see from us, unless we get crazy and just like have a dance party on Thursday or something like that. Probably won't happen. But yeah,
you weren't supposed to tell them about the dance party.
So watch for the next couch show coming up next Monday. And thank you. Everybody have a good night. This is where you say good night, Matt.
Stay safe, everyone.
Oh, God.
And
did you just... Wow. We love you too, Tom.
Hey.